Good morning, I'm Darlene and welcome to Super at 60. Today we're doing two recipes that are absolutely delicious. Apricot brandy pound cake and bullseye cookies. Have you ever made any of those? Have you ever heard of any of those? Well, if not, stick around, join me in the kitchen. These are some of the ingredients that we're going to need today with our pound cake. I see flour and sugar and baking soda. I have softened butter already in the mixer, sour cream, eggs, and for our flavorings, we'll use vanilla, almond, lemon, orange, and rum. And the star of this show here is missing because I have to go get it. The apricot brandy. All right, in the mixer, I have a cup of butter, and that's softened butter. That's two sticks of nice soft butter, and 3 cups of sugar. Okay, this is why it comes out once a year. Sometimes the mixture just doesn't get the sides real well. You know, you all have these mixers. So many of you have these mixers. My goodness, I've had this particular mixer. Oh gosh, I've had it for like 31 years, the same mixer, and it just does not poop out. It is fabulous. I wouldn't trade it for anything. All right, that's looking real good in there. I like that. Now, if you take a little look over here, you will see that in the glass jar there, I have our dry ingredients, and that will be 3 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, all mixed up in there. And there's my 6 eggs, all ready to go. Those will be added to, or they'll be coming up next. And we're gonna add those one at a time. They just slip right out of that little pitcher one at a time real nicely. And in my little Yeti cup down here, I put in a few more wet ingredients, but very, very important ones. Here I have all our flavorings, and that is 1/2 teaspoon rum flavoring, 1 teaspoon orange extract, 1/4 teaspoon almond extract, 1/2 teaspoon lemon extract, 1 teaspoon vanilla. I have half a cup of apricot brandy in there, and 1 cup of sour cream. And those are your ingredients for the most delicious pound cake you may have ever had. All right, now with the blender rolling, we're gonna add our eggs one at a time. I have it on low. One more egg in there. Wait your turn, buddy. There goes the last egg. Make sure it gets mixed up real well in there. I am going to crank it up just 1 notch, just to make sure everybody's in the pool there together. Now's the time to do your mixing, not when the flour goes in. Yeah, you got to do it a little bit, obviously, but you want to start slowing it down. As soon as that flour hits the wet, the gluten really wants to increase, and you want to be very careful because you don't want to turn a pound cake into a more yeasty type of bread. And that's what happens when the gluten starts to have fun. right. Now, these two things that are left, we are going to add, and we're going to add them alternately. In other words, a little bit of the flour mixture, a little bit of the sour cream and rum flavorings, all flavorings mixture, back to the flour, back to the sour cream mixture, and so on until they're all gone, about 3 times. And that's it. All right, this is what it kind of looks like. Oh, it's a beautiful thick batter. You just want to give it a quick couple folds over. All right, this is the bundt pan that I will be using today. This is the bundt pan that I use every Christmas and throughout the year. It's just a wonderful pan. It's good and heavy, and I really enjoy using it. Okay, make sure again that you spray it well and that you put a little flour in there and you cover all those little ruts in there, all of them, even these little ones right here, up the stem, everything, because you don't want anything to catch. Yuck, no. You'll turn it out like that when it's done, and that's the side you'll see. And yeah, you can use that side if you want, but I like the top. It is so, so beautiful. And I'm gonna show you when it comes out exactly what I mean. Okay, my oven is ready. I just heard it beep. It is preheated to 325. Now I do have it on convection oven. If you don't have a convection oven, please make this. Okay, just a regular oven, 325 will do as well. Just keep your eye on it, and that's all. I think in a convection oven, it may bake a little faster. The recipe calls for approximately 70 minutes. I'm not sure I've quite gone that long. I can't remember. You know, I forget every single year to write that down. You know, is that important? Yeah, just a little. So maybe this year I'll pay a little extra attention to that. It's just perfect. It's just beautiful. It's in there nice and even. Just give it a little, you saw me giving it a little pats, just little shakes, getting any kind of air bubbles in there, out that may have been in there. Generally, you don't see it, but you just never know. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's take it over here. I know the oven is ready. Like I said, I heard it beep. Excuse me there, Santa. Yes. Down here to the oven, right in the middle rack, right in the middle. There she goes. All right, I'll be checking on you. Okay, I am going to set this, see, we have 325. I'm going to set it for, let's see, that's at 70. Let's check it for 40. At 40. Okay, 40 minutes. All right, at 325. And almost exactly 70 minutes in a convection oven, middle rack. That's what we have. Is she not just beautiful? I just think that's an absolutely gorgeous pound cake. Look around the edges and down there in the middle. It looks so moist and beautiful, and it's going to be. It's just the perfect golden color. You see how the top is kind of crusted, sugary crusted? It's got that look to it. We always know what it is because we always say it has a look. It has a look. And boy, oh boy, does it have a smell. I'm sorry you can't have it, but you can make it. Okay, I'm just very gently going to pick it up. anything to happen to it. I like to serve it just like this. Okay, I am going to just show you real quick how I wrap this beautiful pound cake up so that it's nice and fresh on the special day, Christmas. I generally make my Christmas pound cake sometimes a month in advance because they freeze so beautifully. So don't be afraid to freeze it. Here I'm using just parchment paper. You can use wax paper. In fact, if I had wax paper, I would have used it. I prefer it. I didn't have any that day. But the parchment paper will work fine. Aluminum foil will work fine. And if you have plastic wrap, saran wrap, that too will work just fine. What you want to make sure is just to have it well covered. Here I'm pulling out a very beautiful happy tin. It's my grandmother's tin. My grandmother used it for years, and she brought this very pound cake down all the way from New Jersey just to our celebrations in our home in Virginia. Make sure that the top is covered as well. I'm going to reach for a little bit more paper here. And at any point, if you want to change from your parchment or your wax paper and start to use some plastic on top, that's fine too. You know how to wrap something so that it's nice and tight. Make sure that if you have a tin, that they still fit well. They have to fit nice and snug. You don't want any air getting in it. There we go. Just like that. And we take this pretty lid. Doesn't it just look old-fashioned? Yeah. Or if you don't have any tins, oh, go get some. I'm thinking, I think Michael's might have some tins. Where did I get mine? I have a stack of them. Gosh, I use them for everything. You know, I use them to store muffins in. I store them, you know, for all my Christmas treats and goodies and cookies and stuff. I store everything, wrap them up well, throw them in tins, and they're good to go. I mean, they're fine. If the weather stays nice and chilly like it's been, they'll be good out on my back porch, if only nobody finds them. Yeah. And if I can forget they're out there, that would be helpful too. But anyway, all right, Grandma's pound cake, done. Made and sealed up and ready to go for the big day. And now on to Grandma's bullseye cookies. You will begin with 1 cup of very soft butter, a half a cup of sugar, and 2½ cups of all-purpose unbleached flour. If you have bleached flour, you can use that too. You can add vanilla if you like, but it's not in the original recipe, and that's the way I'm keeping it today. Grandma likes her oven to be preheated to 300 degrees. Occasionally, I have preheated mine to 325. And to roll out to about 1/4 inch thick and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. But keep a close eye on it because our ovens today are a lot different than they were many years ago. Just looking for a very soft, light brown color. All right, that is whipping up really nice, and I went ahead and added the sugar. I don't remember if I told you or not if I was doubling this. I am doubling this, so that's why 4 sticks of butter. Generally, half of that obviously is 2. Wow. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, so in goes 1 cup of sugar. Let's get that whipped up. Sometimes when you add the sugar to your butter, your warm butter, your softened butter, sometimes that helps to really get it nice and creamy. We want to add, okay, it says 2½ cups of flour, so it's 5 cups of flour. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with 2 cups of flour. Slowly. Whoa, see, that's why I say slowly. Even on the slowest of the slow, it still does that, so sometimes I throw a tea towel over it. And sometimes like today, I just did not. All right, we don't want to go too far because we have some more flour to go. Remember, we don't want to overmix. That's why we add little at a time and then just let the paddle go around just a little bit at a time. Just a couple seconds really, and then check on it again. Okay, is that going to be good for rolling out? That's what I want to know. I don't want it dry, but I don't want it too wet either. So I would say, yeah, I'd say that's exactly right. I'd say it's perfect. So I put in today anyway, calls for 5. I just put in just shy of 5 cups of flour. And I guess if I wanted to, I could go ahead and add another quarter of a cup, but I'm good. I'm gonna stop it right there. All right, here they come. They are out of the oven, just lightly golden brown. They have to cool way down before I can do anything with those, but they are beautiful. Look how sweet. Okay, there we have our first look at bullseye cookies. The jelly, as you can see, the raspberry preserves, whatever you choose to put in there, are just starting to come through. They'll pop right through the powdered sugar. So what you'll see is the white of the powdered sugar, and then in just a little bit, see, it's already happening with those. And it's so cute when the little Christmas tree starts to turn. Nice bright red. These are absolutely beautiful. As you can see, this is just the beginning. I have a lot more to make. And I think what I'll choose to do now, which I do just about every year, I make some in the shape of star cookies because that's the traditional grandma way. And then I'm going to take, let's see, let me just show you over here real quick. I was trying to look for something round because that's what I use just about every year. And I think I use something different every year. But this year, I have an old jelly jar. Kind of like that one, actually. I think I probably saved it. Which just has a nice round, small circle. And then I remembered my biscuit cutters. This is the smallest of the biscuit cutters. And it is even smaller than my jelly jar. So I'm gonna go with this one. These are a beautiful cookie. They are a rich and lovely cookie. Sweet, but just perfect. You can see by the time you sandwich them, they're a pretty good sized cookie. And so if you want to make something smaller like this, like maybe a 2-bite size, that's perfect. That's just perfect. okay? And the same thing that we use, or that you might choose to use to make the little holes in the middle, are pretty much the same things that you could use for the sandwich top of your next cookie. But there you have it. That's a bullseye cookie. And I will tell you, the reason that we call them bullseye cookies is because when they first came to us, honest and truly, they were this size. Yep. They were the size of a dinner plate. Okay, that's pretty darn big for a cookie. And that's the size they came out of the bakery box. And they have the little hole in the middle with the raspberry jelly showing through, all powdered sugar. And we called them bullseye because it looked like, you know, target practice. we had a dartboard down in our basement. And of course, we saw the red dot in the middle. And I guess that made us all kind of think of bullseye, hitting the bullseye. Well, the bullseye cookies have evolved over the years. And this is what we make now. And they're still called bullseye cookies. Grandma Leswings bullseye cookies. I hope you'll make these. I hope you'll enjoy them. If you want to use the dough, here, I have another whole package of dough here because I doubled it. That I am going to make some more of these out of because they are very, very popular in our home and when I make cookie trays for friends and neighbors. And so I'll be making some more. Like I said, though, a little bit smaller. Well, thanks again for joining me. I had so much fun putting all these goodies together. I always really enjoy it. Like I said, I have a few more things I want to make. And then go get yourself a couple bags of really cute little Christmas candies like the Hershey Kisses with the pretty red and green and silver foil or whatever else you like. And before you finish your Christmas trays, go ahead and sprinkle them real nice so that they have a little something extra on there that sparkles. All right, I want to thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, just give it a nice little like and a wonderful subscribe, and also push that bell button so that you can get all my latest videos when they just come out. Thank you again so much. If I don't see you before Christmas, I wish you all a Merry, Merry Christmas with all the season and all the friends and all the relatives that you might be seeing over this time. And remember the reason for the season.